Hold on. You walk under a tree in late autumn and spot what looks like a pile of rotten, wrinkled brown fruit on the ground. Most people would kick it away in disgust. But open one up, and you are hit with an explosion of luxurious flavor. Rich caramel, sweet spiced pear, ripe apple, and dark dates, all blended into a creamy, spoonable texture. This is the shocking secret of the medlar, a fruit so misunderstood that gardeners have been throwing away a royal delicacy for centuries. In the next 11 minutes, I will show you everything you need to know to grow this incredible tree and turn its strange fruit into 5 practical, delicious recipes you can actually make at home. The medlar, known scientifically as Mespilus germanica, is a small, slow-growing deciduous tree that typically reaches between 3 and 6 meters in height. It belongs to the rose family and is closely related to apples, pears, and hawthorns. In late spring, it produces large, beautiful white flowers that resemble wild roses and attract plenty of bees. The foliage is attractive all summer and then puts on a spectacular autumn display, with leaves turning vibrant shades of yellow, orange, red, and deep purple. The fruit is small, brownish pomes with a very distinctive open calyx that looks like a crown, or as some jokingly say, a dog's bottom. This tree is extremely hardy, thriving in USDA zones 5 through 9. It is very drought-tolerant once its roots are established, and shows remarkable resistance to most pests and diseases. It requires almost no chemical spraying and only minimal pruning. A single mature tree can reliably produce between 20 and 50 kilograms of fruit each year with very little ongoing maintenance. It is an ideal choice for small gardens, urban backyards, or as part of a mixed productive orchard or food forest. Planting a medlar is straightforward. Choose a position in full sun to light shade with well-drained but reasonably moist soil. The tree tolerates clay soils and even slightly alkaline or chalky conditions quite well. Space trees 4 to 5 meters apart to allow room for the canopy to develop. Water the young tree deeply and consistently during the first 2 growing seasons to develop a strong, deep root system. After that, it becomes almost completely self-sufficient and very low maintenance. Each spring, apply a generous layer of compost or well-rotted manure around the base as a mulch if you want to encourage heavier crops, although it will still fruit well without extra feeding. One of the biggest advantages is that medlars are fully self-fertile, meaning you only need a single tree to get a good harvest. You can expect your first decent crop somewhere between the 4th and 6th year after planting. Still with me? Good. There's a lot more coming. 5 real recipes plus growing tips. If you're enjoying this no-nonsense style, please subscribe. It really helps me keep making these videos for you. The harvest season arrives in late autumn, usually during October or November. Wait until after the first proper frost has touched the fruit. Pick the medlars when they have reached full size and developed their characteristic brown color, but are still firm when gently squeezed. Always handle them with care because the fruit bruises very easily. At this stage, they are completely inedible. The texture is rock hard, and the taste is intensely astringent due to very high levels of tannins. Never attempt to eat a fresh medlar straight from the tree. It will be a bitter, drying, unpleasant experience that puts many people off forever. This brings us to the single most important and shocking step that makes everything possible: bletting. After harvesting, lay the fruit out in a single layer on trays or in shallow boxes. Store them in a cool, dark, well-ventilated location where the temperature stays between 5 and 10 degrees Celsius. Leave them completely undisturbed for 2 to 4 weeks. Over this time, the fruit will dramatically change. The skin darkens, the fruit softens considerably, and it will look almost rotten from the outside. Do not worry, this is exactly what you want. Inside, the flesh has transformed into a soft, spoonable, creamy pulp with rich, complex, sweet flavors. This ancient bletting process is completely safe, traditional, and is the only reliable way to make medlars truly enjoyable. The first and simplest way to enjoy them is completely raw. Once the fruit is properly bletted, gently tear it open and spoon out the soft brown flesh, carefully discarding the 5 large hard seeds and the thin skin. You can eat it straight from the spoon, mix it into thick natural yogurt or cream, or spread it generously onto warm buttered toast. The texture is luxurious and smooth, something like the finest apple butter combined with ripe persimmon. This raw experience lets you taste the true, clean character of the medlar without any added ingredients. For the second recipe, make traditional medlar cheese, also known as medlar paste. Scoop the flesh from 1 full kilogram of well-bletted fruit. Weigh the resulting pulp. For every 500 grams of pulp, add 300 to 350 grams of sugar and the juice of 1 large lemon. Place the mixture in a heavy pan and cook it gently over low heat, stirring regularly to prevent catching on the bottom. Continue cooking for 25 to 40 minutes. The paste is ready when it reaches 105 degrees Celsius on a thermometer, or when a small spoonful dropped onto a cold plate holds its shape and falls cleanly from the spoon. Pour the thick hot paste into small sterilized jars or decorative molds. Once completely cool, it sets into a firm, sliceable cheese that will keep for many months in the refrigerator. It pairs sensationally with strong, hard cheeses, blue cheeses, and cured meats. The third recipe is a beautiful, clear medlar jelly. Take the whole blotted fruit and place it in a large pan with just enough water to barely cover. Simmer gently until the fruit is completely soft and starting to break down. Mash everything thoroughly with a potato masher, then strain the mixture through a jelly bag or several layers of clean muslin cloth to extract the clear juice, pressing gently to get as much liquid as possible. Measure the juice and add the same weight of sugar. Bring the mixture to a rapid rolling boil and cook for 10 to 15 minutes until the setting point is reached. Test by placing a small drop on a cold saucer. If it wrinkles when pushed with your finger, it is ready. The finished jelly has a gorgeous translucent amber color and wonderful flavor that transforms roast pork, roast lamb, game meats, or even simple morning toast into something special. The fourth recipe is a rich and versatile medlar chutney. Take 500 grams of bletted medlar pulp, 1 large onion finely chopped, 1 large apple peeled and chopped, 100 grams of raisins, a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger grated, 1 or 2 fresh chilies chopped according to your heat preference, 200 milliliters of good vinegar, and 150 grams of sugar. Combine all the ingredients in a large preserving pan. Bring to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer gently for 35 to 45 minutes, stirring occasionally until the mixture thickens to a lovely jammy consistency. While still hot, pot the chutney into sterilized jars and seal. This sweet, sour chutney will store for well over a year in a cool cupboard and is fantastic served with curries, grilled meats, sausages, cold cuts, and all kinds of cheese boards. For the fifth way, here are 2 quick extra ideas perfect for larger harvests. To make chewy medlar fruit leather, simply blend the bletted flesh with a little honey or apple juice, spread the mixture thinly and evenly onto baking trays lined with parchment, and dry it slowly at a low temperature in a dehydrator or oven until it becomes leathery and flexible. Cut into strips and store in airtight containers. For a simple country-style medlar wine, extract the juice from bletted fruit, add sugar and a wine yeast, and ferment following standard home winemaking methods. After a few months of maturing, you will have a light, fragrant, and very drinkable wine that captures the unique character of the fruit. The medlar really is one of the toughest, most beautiful, and genuinely productive fruit trees you can grow in a home garden. Once you fully understand and master that one crucial bletting step, it becomes one of the easiest, most reliable, and most rewarding crops you will ever have. Plant one this coming winter. In just a few short years, you will be harvesting your own historic delicacy that most modern gardeners have sadly forgotten about. Try these recipes with your own medlars and let me know in the comments which one surprised and delighted you the most. Don't miss out on more hidden gems like the medlar. Subscribe right now, turn on the bell, and never miss a single practical video. Your garden and your plate will thank you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.